Hey, everybody. Good evening to everybody.
Yes, welcome back to the last show of 2021.
Can you believe it already? Wow. We are getting ready to have a new year already.
Yes, and even if it's just a year, it could be like 5 years in the NFT space. So those that have been here this last year and just starting, it seems like a long time. A day can be a weeks.
Yep, literally like what you just said. Well, welcome everybody to Sisters Talking NFTs. We are glad that you are all are here with us this evening. Y'all know we crazy about NFTs, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better this year coming up. So we're excited about some new projects and things that are going to be coming out, and just the possibilities of what we have for some of the things that we bought in 2021 to see what they're going to be able to do in 2022. So that's like the biggest excitement I think I have, Jessica. I don't know about you. I'm like, what we gonna do now?
Oh
Now we
yes,
got
because
this
a lot of projects have just been relaxing, letting the new year come in too. So they haven't been doing too many announcements, but to know what they're gearing up for and know for 22 is kind of coming, and a lot of people are updating their roadmaps. It's exciting to see what's going to be happening soon.
Yeah, some big things are coming out. So make sure you're doing your research and looking into some of these new things that are gonna be coming out. Plant people who are updating things, because it could really be a big year for you in 2022, especially if you decide to get into some of the projects early on. And let's see what they end up doing in a couple of months. It could be a life changing situation. So, but that's that. I think just when I say that I don't say it lightly, because I think when we look at even what we did for this past year, and a lot of that stuff took us some months to get there, but it's like, okay, you ain't gotta do nothing else for, like, if you don't do nothing in 2022, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, you'll be
But
fine.
you'll be fine. But a lot of the stuff that we got into was back last year, in January, February timeframe. Some of we got into it a little earlier, but even the January timeframe stuff, like you look at artifact stuff that we got into it during that time frame on the drips and stuff.
Yep, March. Yep, but they were still doing a lot of stuff in the shoes. We were watching them from what they were doing with some of the stuff in the technology and how they were changing some of those Nike shoes, and like you're saying. And then when they dropped those drips that we can purchase, we bought them and held out like we didn't. It still haven't sold.
And still haven't sold. We're like, we hold on. We not y'all, listen, everybody. Just because we hold on don't mean that you need to hold on. We're just talking about for us what we do. We are not your financial advisor, so let's get that on the record at the very beginning. What you decide to do as far as holding on. For us, we find that is definitely benefit. It's been very beneficial for us, to hold on to the stuff instead of going in and trying to flip everything. But again, we also understand that there's some of you at the beginning when you may start, you may need to flip in order to get your capital up, and so by all means, check with your financial advisor on how to do that aspect of it. But it is definitely a big possibility of building up to get to the bigger projects. Okay.
Okay. Because some people just buy, they hold through the market, no matter up or down, diamond hands. You ain't letting it go. Some stuff you're going to flip, and you might need to flip one thing to get you through 6 months or whatever it would be. But, there are a lot of projects you definitely want to be diamond handing, and you want to give yourself a price that you're okay with spending and say, okay, if it goes down, I'm still believe that it's going to go up. And so everybody's pocket is different, and you have to decide that for yourself.
And I think even too, when, like, if we look at a lot of the things when this past year, when things dropped, was a May, June timeframe, things, an NFT had just dropped. And so but again, that's where a lot of people were coming in and accumulating things and picking up. People were selling stuff at 70%, 80% off. And so if that happens in the NFT space again, or, if things decide that they're going to drop, whether it's crypto or NFTs, guess what? We'll be sitting there trying to pick up some of the good projects, picking up those things at a discount if they ever drop down to the prices where they were. So, all right, let's get started with this thing. Let me start sharing the screen here. Here we go.
Oh yeah, some people. Oh, the Zed Run. Some people invested in Zed Run. We invested in Zed Run. There were some things going on. People were scared about the scarce, especially once they opened up the breeding. But they did release a new article on their future plans for 2022. They definitely still want to reward people that have had the horses and are breeders also as well. So they are going to be releasing a token, and there is going to be a criteria of how much you would get depending on if you were breeding, depending how long you've had the item, depending on the trait or the breed of the type it is. Mm-hmm. So it's just another way of, if you do have some of your horses and you may be concerned about the market, these products still do have plans in place, and it's really early no matter how you look at it. The partnerships are still being established. And so this is for those that still may have horses out there or was maybe looking to pick up some. Some of those tokenomics are going to be depending on how you did, how long you held the item. And then also make sure some of those things are also going to get like snapshots. So it's no point in a week from now to go try to pick those up to get this token necessarily. So you definitely want to make sure you read the articles or whatever you are researching and you know the facts on if they're going to be doing some type of snapshot to know which wallet holders are able to claim that. And so this one here is specifically going to be for the Z run. Some people still do have courses. Just knowing that you will be rewarded also with a token soon. They do have plans for that. And so
Airdrop,
check.
airdrop,
Yep.
airdrop. Like, what you gonna airdrop me for us who've been hold on? But I think again, like I said, keep just some of the project, and like I said, we did definitely invest in Zedrun also. But again, I'm interested to see how much airdrop they're going to be giving out. I mean, they gotta make it. They gotta make it good. Some of these airdrops you be like, wow, they gave that away. You be like, yeah, they gave that away. But
Yeah.
so holding on to them projects do definitely pay off. I'm waiting for some other people to start doing some like Nifty Gateway. I'm waiting for some of y'all to do some airdrops or something. Give
Yeah,
us.
especially in this space, it's all about community. So, people want to be rewarded for you coming to spend your money. They want the platforms generally will go ahead and reward you for also coming and taking your time to, give them money. They're making millions and billions of dollars at the same time. So, when you are able to do it on blockchain and you're able to get an airdrop and send it back to the people, of course, there's one reason they may do that, and there's also another. It's about the community that was there for them.
Keeping everybody together, but like the more you keep them together, the more they'll spend more money, and so then you want more people to come spend money. So it's all about it's business. It's business. I know somebody even in the chat had asked a question about the fashion and NFTs, and I know we've talked about the fashion. How that industry in itself is just continuing to just trend like crazy. There's so much opportunity, for the fashion aspect of the NFT.
Yeah, and even to add to that, especially because you have all these places in, but even with artifact and the wearables and different companies that are coming in and branding to that, and so especially fashion shows being able to do what they can do from a limit, brands being able to come in and now be able to show their items off in a realistic way. It's going to be a game changer if it's not a billion or $1 trillion industry for fashion to come into this space and what they're going to be able to make from it. And even if you go to even if you go to the avatars, at some point, sponsors are going to be paying you. If you are certain projects, you're going to have a sponsor that the avatar can walk around in certain clothes like Nike or get branded with another company. So people don't realize even how these avatar projects are being built out. The brands that are also building out and adding fashion to that are really thinking of the future of things. So I definitely believe fashion definitely is definitely a future in this space.
A big,
Big, yeah, big future.
big opportunity. So those
Yeah.
of you who can design and create some things to start figuring out what you can do to start capitalizing on some of this money, because it's gonna be big. Okay. All right. Now we talk about airdrops. And here we go. Another one. And I think we said it before too, Jessica. As far as when we're talking about these different airdrops, remember always go in and do your own research on on the airdrops, because most of, like I said, we definitely try to check Twitter and all those things and make sure some of the bigger people are doing the airdrops and making sure people have checked their contracts and stuff. Because again, some of these airdrops, it has happened before where some of these things will come in and they can, like, if you connect your wallet to the wrong things, they can wipe you out. So do some research. We're not just here to say, hey, go claim all these airdrops, but we're here to tell you, go do some research. And then if you've done enough research and you're like, hey, I feel comfortable connecting your wallet to claim that particular thing, by all means, you definitely go on it and you do that. Okay. But go ahead, Jessica, you can talk about this one.
Oh no, yeah, because that's very important. Like you're saying, a lot of people even are getting scammed now by going and thinking that they're connecting to a valid site when it's not the actual site that they're supposed to be connecting to. So we had the SOS drop, and then this is another one big in this space that have been a lot of people have been talking about in spaces, and that's going to be the gas DAO. I have not went and claimed it yet. I haven't done my own research on it, but it's another big one that people are talking about in the space, especially if you've been around spending gas, you've been purchasing in crypto for the last year. Some people may have just got involved, so the reward of claiming it is really high right now with gas. And that's
Yeah.
just a lot of projects. Gas is eating up, doing a lot of damage to different projects, even for people to take entries on right now. So definitely, if you've been out there spending on gas, you can come on, do your research to that. Go see if you do want to attempt to claim that token. But like she said, always do your own research. Even if we're going to bring stuff to you, we do our own research, but we do expect this is education too. So if you
Mhm.
understand it, you'll get it. And that's what one thing in this space that is definitely needed is just the continuance of education so that you can understand what you're doing so the opportunities can be there and you can get a full vision like, oh, okay, now I know why I'm doing it, even if I'm a year, 6 months, 3 months early.
I know I was looking at buying, I think it was one of the sandbox things on the alpha thing. I was going back and buying a couple more of those items that I have. And I was looking, I was like, okay, why is the gas like more than the item? It just doesn't make any sense. And so, like you said earlier, it's definitely killing some of the projects, or at least making you just wait on picking up some of the things that are out there. But again, I do understand the other aspect of sometimes with the gas, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet, especially depending on if it is a good project. But you're just gonna have to put that into the equation of as far as how much you're looking to make on that particular project if you want to go in. But again, sometimes it doesn't make any sense. You just have to either say, hey, you can literally wait for the item to even go up another $50 and get it at a later time than paying $150 for an item. Let's say if you're hypothetically you're buying something that's $100 or $200. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, back to the 888 people because they still doing some things. We told you how. No.
Yeah, we bought in and it was telling everybody to get in at the, because they had little things have happened and brought it back down for you to be able to take a position on the project. So we told people again, probably a month or so ago, you were able to take an entry point of either 15 to 2,200 on that. But since then, they've also been doing a lot of announcements. As you can see here, the Complete Realm is completed. The other projects that are some way affiliated or have you maybe to get access to by being part of the 88 Genesis. So this is the release that they did show the holidays. There's other things that were also the reason why we're bringing this up because some of you are also purchasing some of these, but you're not taking advantage of the like whitelist opportunities to be able to get second projects and add them to your NFT project. And so as you can see with the 888 Inner Circle, the price has definitely went up on it now, the Genesis membership, but you can see why some of these projects are out. As you can see here, it's about 1.4 floor now on those. Like I said, they were about 15 to 2,200. We were telling you guys to buy them back even November. So just paying attention to some of this. I know it's hard because a lot of people aren't doing all the research as you, and so you may not understand why we may be able to see something or what we think is going to happen in some of this. Because of course, anything can happen. So, but some of the things that we look at with the research, and especially when we know where the space is going and who they're connected to, we did put this out there, a project that was out to let you guys know about. And so with the 888, they also did a new announcement. So when you're joining these, I always say join the Discords because the Discords always have their own giveaways. The Discords always have the up-to-date information. You can be wary on certain things like turning off your DM so you're not getting flooded with certain stuff, but always stay tuned to their
All
Discord.
the scammers.
Yes.
What is all the scammer?
Always. And so this is the recent one that they did put out that they're giving out, I believe, 88 whitelist spots. And it's literally just going in there and clicking the react button into some of these projects that it gives you the opportunity to pick up on other projects that they believe is going to do well down the line. I know this one has like gaming, DeFi, and another aspect to it as well. And so we're
And
looking at a lot of,
land.
yeah.
The land.
The land is the part. That's the main thing is the land. And then when they're introducing NFTs, gaming, and then DeFi to it, it's kind of like, hold on, let me pay attention to certain things. So this is another one that they are talking about. The sale has not started on OpenSea yet, but if you can see, there's the whitelist. But like I said, if you do have that Genesis 888 membership, go ahead and go into their Discord, press the like button, so that way you can even get an opportunity to get whitelisted for this project. This project does have its own costs, but you actually get, when you're getting whitelisted, you actually get that guarantee of being able to mint it for that price, your address.
So do some research on this particular project too before you just invest in it. But I just thought that was interesting. I said how fast things can change. It's up to $5,500 already, and like I said, it might do another. It was down a little bit lower, but it's still continuing to trend up from the time when if you did take a position on getting into this particular project, you should be up, and so that's where you now have to make your decision. Are you selling and getting out and making your money, or are you staying in the project? Okay, so do your own research. All right, here we go. Stapleverse is still doing big things.
Oh, yep. And they did just announce in the Discord that if you did go through all those steps, maybe you guys bought the mirror NFT, maybe you won a whitelist spot from purchasing from their site or from doing it. My daughter won one for the art contest that she had, and now
Yeah.
you're able to go, yeah, and now you're able to go and verify and validate that you have these spots available to mint for the upcoming NFT project. So they do have that link in the Discord, or you can just go to the Stapleverse website from the the computer you did connect, have all your information connected to with your MetaMask, or if you did do Wallet Connect, they have that option too. But we did want to put it out there that you can now go check and see how many mint allowed list spots you have been allowed to mint once the NFT drops. That way, if you have any issues, hopefully you can get it addressed in the Discord before the start of.
Before the drop. So
Yes.
don't be waiting to the day of and trying to say, well, what's that site? So people go, what's the site? Can you give us the site? And who do we contact in Discord? And no, do it now. Because we've seen it before. And you have to understand, I think most people, when there's a drop and it's like really live, like everybody trying to get in the drop, most people do try to respond to you, but most people are trying to get their wallets connected so that they can get into the drop. So there may not be anyone that's going to respond to you in your emergency. So again, get in early, try to make sure you're verified, and by connecting your information there. And like I said, in case you have problems now, at least you can contact someone in Discord at this time. Okay, so it'll be very important. All right, now we've talked about the non-fungible people. They are, and like I said, I had my son mint 3 more. So, I think they got some good possibilities, some really good possibilities for what they're
Oh
doing.
yes, definitely bullish on this project. Like you said, they actually extended this Mint 3 Get 1 until the end of the year. Like I said, with gas, there's been a lot of issues for people, and they want to make sure people can take a position on it. And so, even when you're talking about projects like this, you may not be able to understand with everything with the metaverse and the 3D and why we would actually really be bullish on it or really like it. They're also partnered with a lot of people. They have a lot of things in place that will make it easy for you to start your business with your metaverse, with your I don't want to even call it an avatar because it's more than that. It has a utility, but it will be an avatar that you can use for yourself in the metaverse. So so just with checking stuff that out like with this, especially knowing some of the partners that they have, who they are connecting you with, you're not going to know how to do a lot of this stuff unless you do know how to code and build out things. This project, especially with the software they're using, is literally doing all that for you. Especially there is a cost to some of this stuff. Like if you want to go use a certain house, you can use that house and even buy that license. But they're literally building the whole house out for you. They're building the whole pool. Your whole scene can be set. It can be set for movies. It can be set in games. It's a lot of different things that these avatars or 3D realistic non-fungible people can be used for. And so also if you did buy one, they're giveaways that they're doing. And like I said, if you're not paying attention to some of the things that they're doing in the Discord and being part of the community and what they may be announcing, you'll miss a lot of stuff. And for this project specifically, they're going to be doing a lot of giveaways, even with Artifact. The one recently right now is going to be, of course, with like a Faro shoe, but they have like the spray strip, a specific drip, and then some other items also that they're going to be giving away. And so just paying attention to some of the projects that are in the space right now. I even think for December, a lot of people are just quietly doing stuff, letting stuff come around. But as you do see, if you do have one of these, you need to go verify in the Discord. They have the section open now that you can verify as an owner. And then all you have to do is push the react button and you have the opportunity for the giveaway of, right now it's at an $18,000 value for this shoe.
You better go push the like button. No.
It's really simple, especially if you have the item in your wallet. You do have to go through the verification process, but it is with the giveaways that they are doing and trying to reward the community members for those that are investing in the project. You can do that. They did have a couple other announcements that they're going to give you if you're holding a certain dates. They'll give you $50 gift cards, $100 gift cards to pay for some of that stuff that's not airdrop to you that you may want to, if you have an idea that you want to go build out with some of this stuff, there are certain things that you can go purchase and just let it be easy to you. And they're going to give out gift cards for you to do that as also being investors and buying into the project. It is definitely 100% your project. It's an IP that you will own on these. So a lot of you may not connect the dots on that, but I am very bullish for certain reasons like that. They're partnered, as you can see with some of these videos, they have some of the brands that they are already partnered with, some people in the space that they're already partnered with. And so when you see certain partnerships or you see certain brands that are already connected with them or using their software, for me, that's like a green light for a lot of different things. You still do your own research, but for me, I know that I'm willing to take the risk on the project for everything that it's doing. They're going to have some more drops. I think it's next year, quarter 1, that they're going to be doing. It may be a male version. They also have it where they're going to be doing animals. So it's a lot of stuff that's built behind the project. But like I said, they're trying to make it as easy as possible
Yeah.
for the beginner to come in and start creating and making money off of the things that they own.
Yep, I see Artifacts that even tweeted about it too. So, like you said earlier, so I think that I think that's the importance again. Like I said, when you're trying to get into project, and like I said, again, this is a new project for us. Like I said, we've done research on it. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a project that may last forever, but for, at least for us, we feel like it's a great. Not necessarily, it's a great risk as far as a project that's doing some things and has quite a few people behind them. And so when you start seeing those are going to be one of those ones like, okay, do I take the risk on this one or do I take take a risk on a JPEG? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a risk on this one. So I think again, that's one of those things as far as when you're going on and looking at projects of trying to see where the technology is going. And like I said, I'll be telling Jessica, I'll be like, Jessica, she be on. I'll give my sister her props because she be on the technology stuff. She'll be like, well, that's going with that, and that's going with that. And I'll be like, okay, well, let me look at the numbers. Okay, the numbers say, and we're good. So we tag team together. But like I said, she said that, hey, go look at this one because of the technology. I was like, okay, that's very interesting in what they're doing, and how they're and the partnerships, like she said earlier, of who they're partnering with and which people are tweeting about them. Because many times who's talking about them on Twitter also can give them credibility and can also help their project either move up or skyrocket in many situations. So again, you can get 3 of them and get 1 of them for free. I definitely did do this. Okay. All right. So that's that. And if you just need to, if you only want to buy one, also you can definitely also just go to the OpenSea site and pick up one of those. Because I think on OpenSea yesterday they were a little bit cheaper than they were if you minted them from here. But at the same time, if you mint it from here, you're going to get the 3, and then you got to buy 3 to get 1. So that's
and from this one, if you're trying to do 2, it's also a gas thing sometimes. From if you're going to OpenSea, you're doing more than one. The gas is going to be individual on OpenSea, but sometimes the price is definitely lower over there. You have some people that are definitely looking to only flip in the project, and some people will go in and that's literally all they want to do. And those are OpenSea floor flippers, and that's just their goal. And so if you do, you can pick one up over here, or you can also go to the mint. They were rewarding you with different things if you did mint from the site. And so if you were also thinking about getting more than one, it's better to mint from the site and pay 1 gas versus each individual gas over in OpenSea. So you just got to do the math and play with it.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so we talked about those. Okay, all right, let's keep on moving. Ooh, okay, we talked about that too. Did we hit the? I don't remember if we hit this one. This was more.
Oh, just that in their Discord, like I see some people are rewarding those. So they do have a Diamonds Hands Club. So if you don't have any of yours currently listed, you're going to be eligible for special giveaways, drops, and benefits. So just keeping your eye on things like this. If you don't have to sell, because financially you don't, maybe sometimes you do have to sell, but if you don't have to sell, this is going to be another reward and benefit to you. It's their Diamond Hands Club that you will automatically be listed into as long as you don't have any of your items currently for sale.
That's a way of keeping the value up. Like, okay, people who are selling, please sell for the right price.
Yes, some people go in this killer price. You just go lower to the next item, then go lower, and they bring the project down before it's going to go up. But like I say, buy it at a point you're comfortable with spending it, because just to the market, it goes up and goes down with a lot of different things. So
sometimes I get mad. I'll be like, somebody, you see one, you be like, hey, if you had yours like at $1,500, and then somebody put theirs at $1,497, I'd be like, you know what? When it's time for me to buy, if I see that, I'll be like, no, I know they undercut them people. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the
next one.
But the next one up. Man, stop undercutting people. Like, the floor is the floor. Leave the floor alone.
That's right. Leave the floor alone.
Running to lower the floor down. Like, sit back, relax.
Oh, man.
All right. This big loan, man, I think we keep talking about it, as far as how this NFT space is continuing. If this loan aspect gets figured out with the NFTs, it is game over.
And then adding that an institutional investor has put this in now, and so they allowed an investment firm to go ahead and do it. That's been in the space for a while, but like you're saying, if once this actually start happening, all the items that if you're invested in the right projects, and that's why I say even partnerships and knowing who you're investing in is very important. Some people are going to have literally a cemetery in their wallet, and it's okay because it was literally a learning phase. Even for me, it was a learning phase. There's items in there, and it was just like it was part of learning how the community and how things went. And truthfully, it was learning. Or you just supported a project because you were interested in it, and that's it. Don't
Or
go
you thought
buying
the
it with
project was so
everybody's wallet.
crazy. Or you thought the project was just so crazy because I got something else. You're
Yeah.
like, this is good. This is so. I can't even talk about the project. I'm not going to mention project day. The people probably worked hard on their project, but I was like, this is like the craziest, stupidest idea ever. Everybody gonna think this is crazy and stupid. So maybe I should just buy a couple of these. Like,
That right there.
that
Yeah,
right.
so for real, like you can't just go to everybody's wallet and because they bought it, it didn't mean that they were literally looking to make money from it. Maybe they just liked how it looked. They liked the thought of what the project was trying to do. A
Yeah.
lot of people are like that. Some, not everybody, but some people that were just even trying to learn the space were like that. So yeah, don't just go buying items because you see somebody buy it in their wallet.
Yeah, because many of them just put in there. Be like, I didn't even ask. I'd be like, how do I hide this out of the wallet? I didn't buy this.
Yeah, I've
Like,
been looking for a burn address. I found a burn address. Give me a burn
if
address.
it cost me so much doggone gas, I can burn. I can send a whole bunch of stuff off my wallet.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's just gonna be there. It is what it is. That's all I can say. Say, don't look at all that craziness in there. It's some very good items in there.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah,
good stuff.
but even just in regards to that 6 million being back to go, and they did go and purchase, I believe, a board eight and some other items. But if you see institutional investors also starting to pour their money in here, they can come on, give me the right price. What you want, 3 million? What you want, 2 million? But if you see them actually coming in and pouring their money into people to go make these purchases, and it's all important in what
Yeah.
you are investing in. Some things you're just going to invest in as an artist because you like what another artist did, and some things are actual for investments. So it's to each
Yeah,
their own.
that's awesome art. I'm gonna show some art today that I bought. That I like the art. And like I said, for me, I like and I'll show it. I'll show some of that a little bit down here. All right, let's keep moving. Jobs. I know people. Listen. I know. Oh, and listen. We're not telling nobody go get no job. If you're free, okay, you don't have to get no job. I get it. I'm free. I don't have a job. But if you are looking for a job, because like there are some young people who need to really they might need to go work. If not, if they have a business. But these jobs in this space right now just is on fire.
Yes.
I mean, literally on fire.
Everybody's trying to get the best person to come to. I mean, we even put an article out yesterday about Apple giving like 180,000 different levels of depending on your level, what you are. Certain stuff like $50,000 in stocks and this to keep the talent at their company and to not to go to Meta. It was specifically to not go to Meta right now because literally Facebook is trying to acquire any and everybody and then the head people at these companies that have been there. So now they're trying to fight that back with giving out $50,000 in stock and other benefits that could add up to $180,000 for these jobs. And so you also see here other companies are now hiring for people to be able to do NFTs. And so even if you're a consultant, because you can still work, not have to work for them, be your own boss if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you don't have to technically work for them, but you might be. They might have
consult on vacation somewhere, but it's a business expense.
Yes, and there's a lot of and even to think about, I don't think people realize if you literally went to one company that is hiring in the blockchain, they'll have 20 jobs, and they're good paying jobs on some of this stuff. So it's also going to start conflicting once people in the real world start realizing how much money is over here. They'll come to it, but there's a disconnect right now. They just don't know no better. They're just still in that same 9-to-5 job or whatever they've been doing because this is all new and it's literally became not a scam a month ago to them or something. Yep. So they're doing that.
It takes a special person in order to even have the guts in a sense as far as either starting their own business. Because a lot of people are just, it's the secure thing. You're like, hey, I got a secure job. I know I'm gonna be getting this amount of money per month. And like I said, that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I see a lot of young people, like said, they don't have a care in the world. They'd be like, well, whatever, I'm just gonna go home with mom. Like, listen, you're not coming home with mom. You don't need to come home with mom. But that's just kind of some of their attitude at the time. At the beginning, they'll say, well, hey, I'm just gonna go there. And if they're going there with the aspect of, hey, I'm going to go figure out how to do this particular space, it's mind blowing. They will never work again. They literally will never work again if they come in and learn the right part of the NFT space or the right part of crypto. They will never ever really need to
They
work
will
again.
never have to work again.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
regular standard 9 to 5. Yeah, like you said, it's that easy that they would be able to come in and be able to just make that much money, and by owning assets and having even understanding NFTs, and that's probably who's getting it before a lot of even some of the older people are with blockchain or crypto are understanding it, but the younger people are understanding it from a different perspective. They're just getting it because they kind of get technology. They come from Roblox, they come from all these games, and so to them the metaverse, they're already been in the metaverse, and it's more the older people that are trying to figure out, well, why would I want the metaverse? Well, you're not on TikTok every day, you're not playing Roblox every
yeah.
day,
They
you're
are.
not playing all these online games that these kids are immersed to. And so the future is always the money. And that's where the companies know that the future of where the kids are is where the money's going to be. And so they're making an imprint in the metaverse. And so you may not understand it, but if you even let your kid just tell them the word or tell them to go look up something, tell them there's a game that pays, give them a game name, they will literally go find out literally on their self. So, and you will hear from them that they want to find out how they can do
Yep.
it. So just give
That's
just leave some
a
crumbs from or something.
right. And I think too, I think one of the things as people are learning more about the space too, the people who are actually at these jobs are actually, as they start educating themselves and they start understanding that, man, there's more opportunity, there's money out there, and they're like, I'm working for this, even if it's a six-figure job. They're like, okay, it's a six-figure job, but at the same time, I could be making this by going and creating or doing, being a consultant for a lot of the people, and that six-figure job becomes like, really, was I doing that? But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's a skill set of knowing that part too.
Yeah. And they can even make their own games now. They don't need approval for someone. They can go and build on the blockchain, create their own game, and they don't have to wait for that person or get approval. They can make their own comics. They don't have to just be designing for the same company. I'm sure that they can create their own designs and certain things that they can now create a comic book or whatever they want. So it's so much opportunity. They just need to know about it.
Yeah, tons and tons. All right, there we go. Good stuff. Okay, now listen. Okay, the Bored Ape episode. I know it's everybody's like, wait a minute, how did they freeze it? I get it. I get it. I get it. So
I'm
our
so
crazy.
happy they can though.
Because
I need the number. I want to have the number logged in. I
you
need the email in case anything ever happens before they can get into a cold anything. I'm so
because
happy they.
I get it. I understand the other side of crypto. Like, hey, it should not be able to do that because again, it's
Sorry.
decentralized and all those different things. I get that part. I know. I'm with you. I get that part. But if you're that person on the other side and someone just stole $2.2 million from you, whether it's your fault or not your fault, it's still a matter of it's you're just like helpless.
Well, see, well,
You're
that's like
helpless.
kind of you would be like some people would be on the side of like the person that got it stole. They would be on the side of some type of regulation for it because $2.2 million. If you want me to just take it because I'm into crypto and that nobody should be able to find it, I'm like, hold on, wait. And I get that side. You're saying no one should be able to follow my money. Everybody knows there's probably something out there that they've been already doing that you just don't know about it to a
Yes.
degree. But like you said, if you're on the other side of it, that's a lot of money. Like to know that you can actually recover that or at least freeze it till something can be figured out. It's good on both sides. It just depends on probably how much you have invested in the space that you're happy about that. And like you say, for other people that definitely want decentralization 100%, they may be upset to a degree, but he's not.
Yeah,
Or
he not.
she, I think it was a
Yeah,
gentleman.
because $2.2 million is no joke. I mean, he like I've been hacked. Please help. I get the man. I don't even want the
Oh,
feeling.
hold on. Who did he add? Thank you. That's who he added. Jim.
That's who we at. Look, that's who we at right there. We better screenshot that right there, huh?
Yes. Look at
Yeah.
all those apes
So
and mutants.
yeah, so that was a good pickup, Jessica. I didn't even pick up that, but I better go save them to my profile somewhere with somebody. Um, but yeah, that's a like I said, I get both sides of it. Of like, hey, well, how do you stop that, or how were they able to do that part? So I get it. I get both
I'm
sides of
sure
it.
they need to know. A lot of these exchanges go central. Just there's just
it is going that way.
A lot of them, and then it's gonna be the decentralized people or the community that's gonna keep building away from that. But for a lot of the ones that are getting all this money, they're probably going to be going in some way, especially if they're taking debit cards and other things. They're going to be going centralized.
Yeah.
Coinbase has been it or whatever, but you'll always have those ones that you'll know about. But
yep. And like I said, there's still ways of, still other people, you can do different things, but this one was just interesting. It caught my eye.
Yeah.
That's
and even to add to that, this one specifically happened because they went to a phishing site. They literally connected to the wrong type of site. And so he thought it was legit. Not to believe it was about returning some tokens or getting some tokens to sell some tokens. And so I'm telling you, with scammers, they are making a lot of stuff look realistic.
Exactly
Yeah, and it might be one letter off, but they'll copy even the original site. Like, they are getting really good at that. And so that's why it's important, you really can't connect to a lot of things. I selectively connect to certain things, but I'll even do a one on a different wallet. And if I'll wait some days sometimes, I'll do it on a different wallet outside of that, trying to make sure nothing happens to it. So you don't have to be the first to go connect to something. But even at that, this person is in the space. They know what they're doing. And it just goes to show you that things can happen to anybody. So it wasn't that even that literally it was a phishing site. And he thought it was to approve some tokens to sell. And to add to that, when you are doing a transaction in MetaMask, sometimes that previous transaction is there or there's a different transaction there. So you need to always make sure you're checking to see what transaction is going through. That was just a side note. I'm going to come back to the class now. So, but yeah, and so
it's crazy. Again, like I said, scammers are getting better at what they're doing. Like I said, they wouldn't be called scammers if they weren't out to here to make money. It's like they come in and try to make money every day. They have a job just like you have. If you have a regular job, they got a job every day to go figure out what they can do as far as scamming and get paid. So it's their business. That's their business that they have. So try to do as much as you possibly can. And this is one of the reasons why they're coming on and trying to scam things. So this is one of the Bored Ape things. Over 500% in the past 7 days. Some of these numbers have started to go up like crazy. I didn't realize, but the mutant apes have gone up from $32,000 to $50,000. Okay, and I don't know if that numbers are still as high, but again, remember these were free airdrops that people got that we got for owning the Bored Ape. We ended up getting a mutant ape. So I looked at numbers today. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know numbers had moved like they moved. But the Bored Apes, the floor are at 59 ETH. Actually, might as well say 6. So this is that person right there, 59.97. Now, this is a lot more ETH, so I get the numbers. But at the same time, I'm like, dog, why are you going to go 59.97 to go lower than 60?
Yeah, get it.
Just won't you be broke? Won't you broke the first one? But like I said, I get it. If this person might need to sell faster. So I get it. So I'm not telling you if you need to sell. I'm not telling you not to go to the floor. But I'm just saying if the floor is a floor, try to leave the floor where the floor is at. So they're 223 right now for the Bored Ape. So when you look at people who are going on and trying to hack, this is why they're hacking and trying to get one of these things. They'll just hack the person's site. And even if they just sold this really quick for 25 ETH, they've still made $100,000 pretty quick. Someone that would see one of these for 25 ETH and they'd buy it all day long just because, or 30 ETH and buy it all day long just because they know they can make over $100,000. Same thing with the mutant apes. Same scenario. The floor right now is what, 11.19? I don't know what that is right now. Is that 40 something or? Okay, so they're $41,000. So again, that's why hackers are hacking some of the mutant apes and some of the Bored Apes. But these things have continued to move, and there are still going to be other projects that will be able to move, just like the Bored Apes are moving. So get in some projects and stay in some projects is the point of that. All right, so that's that. The copycats. Just so you can talk about this one.
2 NFT copycats are fighting over which is the real fake Bored Ape Yacht Club. it's like, I'm trying to.
I'm not gonna talk about them. Go ahead. Remember I'm talking about it because remember that day I was like, "How did they get my Bored Ape?" And my information, I'm like, "It's
the data." Yep, they pulled the data right over from OpenSea or something and used it as their original. And I believe they were on the Solana blockchain or Polygon blockchain. And
I couldn't remember which one it was, but I was like, it say my name, and they got my Bored Ape and just had all the characteristics and everything. I was like, okay, well, that's just one of the other sites that was or ecosystem that was doing the Bored Apes. But
Well, look, I didn't know they was going to actually start getting involved in market and not allowing some. But, especially when a project has so much money, they have a lot of pull in the space. And so with OpenSea, there probably was definitely some complaints. And so now they've banned that one. And so I haven't really seen too many projects get banned. But now knowing that they're going to start stepping up and doing that, I mean, it's good for the main project, of course. Everybody else that couldn't get the entry always go for those other projects. I don't even touch secondary projects. I don't care if you go to a secondary market. I'll be like, I don't even think it's right. So I ain't even gonna touch it. I will buy a derivative or something that someone allowed.
yeah.
I have done that the person gave a right for someone to create out of it. So I've done that part, but I don't be that ain't right. So
And I think sometimes, with some of the projects that come out that are, even if they're similar to what's coming out, because I get it. If it's something that's moving, it's like, okay, how do you get close to what they're doing? But I think if you have a roadmap and you're doing something, and let's say like the people who are creating some of the board ape, I mean, you can't. To me, I feel like the difference is like if you're going to take the exact picture, the exact characteristics, it's like you're really not doing anything different on that. So that's, I think, the difference. Like if they came out with some of these and they had some different things, or they had a white paper that they were going to be doing some things with these particular things in a different aspect, then I'd be like, okay, maybe it's still an okay thing. But when you like copy exactly just to say you have another JPEG, then I think that's where many people have to just figure out, okay, if this is something you want to get into at that point, that's really something you have to make a decision on.
yeah, because they even had those one apes that came out. I forgot that project, but we really liked it. It was like 3D, 4D, the apes, and it was mostly whitelisted, so we did not get into it. But
Hype beast or hate beast.
yeah, hype beast, something like that. Hate beast or hype beast. Those were really cool. It was an ape, but it was completely different and great, like you're saying, and people didn't take it like that. That they were trying to pull it exactly from that. They did learn that apes sell, and so they use the ape as whatever they've done, but they're not going and copying everything. Trait for trait, or just changing the shirt color or something. So
these. You're talking about them, because them bad boys, I like them. I'm like, ooh, they are
yeah, I
nice.
had liked how they really made them graphically. That's what I was
I do like I do like their stuff,
talking.
but so there you can see there is a difference. But they
Yeah,
I was like, they got some good stuff.
that's
So
clean. And they're close, but you be like, they really, you be like, hold on. But how
yeah,
they brought them to in a whole different way, they put them
different
in
light,
3D,
different
4D, yeah.
level of what they're
And
doing with
they
their.
didn't use the same traits. They didn't put same type of clothes or anything on. It was completely different. So it's not looked at like that. But when you're literally going to go steal a project, just everything about it is not cool. No.
It's not cool.
None of you know the people that's investing in it, and you got the item, and somebody's over here now trying to sell your item, or is going to be branding something that looks just like yours. You might have an idea for your brand to be,
Yep.
high end, and now here they selling it at factory to you level or something.
Yep.
Everybody don't have factory to you, and nothing's wrong with factory to you. I take it back. Nothing. You just know I'm in the
Be
level.
there.
Yeah, because that's very bargain. I don't not knocking factory to you.
Yeah. So this is their stuff. I like their stuff. They're coming out in January, so we talked about them early on. I think in November, December timeframe. So do some research on that particular project because we do like them. All right, let's keep moving. I think we looked over here at the board apes. Looked at that. We went to that one, and now we're on this one. Look at here, look at here.
Yeah,
But
see if I can go get
they
the
were
whole
playing.
I know it. I told her, I think it's $106. There's only 100 of them. They're gonna go quick.
So funny.
I was like, there's only a
I was
quarter, but I
I
said,
want to buy
oh wait,
some.
hold on. I don't think I have my glasses on.
When she told me, she was like, "It's only 100 of them." I was like, "They're 100." I was like, "Well, I'm about to buy all of them if I can. If they gonna let me buy them at $100." But then I was like, "Sis," I was like, "No, they say like 106." And I was like, she was like, "No, I thought it said $100." I was like, "No, they say like $106,000."
I said, go, what's it got on it? What it got? She talking about crystal. Oh, it might be. And just to catch you guys up, Takashi, I can say his first name. I don't pronounce it wrong. The last name wrong. But this is a guy that has partnered also with Artifact, and he has a lot of his traits are in there. You'll see the flowers on there are different color rainbows and different stuff that actually is specific to his trait. And so he's doing a lot of different also jewelry drops. He's made different jewelry and stuff before, but this was one of the latest items that has come out. You do have to inquire to purchase it from wherever it is purchased from, but it is $106,000.
I told her, I said, when she said the price, I said, sis, I said, it said inquire. I said, when you click inquire, that means, and it said make an appointment. I was like, they not playing.
They'll be like, well, it was only 100. And so yeah, but and then to add to that, so even a lot of this with the way he's building now and establishing this brand even deeper, and that how that will relate to some of the artifact items that you guys may have. You know, he's building his brand. You guys we can't do the commercial license on it, but there's supposed to be something more better for that. Who knows what it could be. So, but we just were showing you guys some of the stuff that they're currently still doing in the background. Artifact right now, they're chilling probably the new year, start to do some new announcements, but the person that they are partnered with some of the most costly Clonex, this is some of his jewelry currently right here.
I was like, that's fire right there. I was like, ooh, dog, oh yeah. When it said inquire, I was like, yeah, they not playing on that.
Man.
Just thought we should, because we probably got some ballers on the line too. So this is some jewelry I can go buy.
Just only 100.
Yeah, just only 100 on that one. Now this is the other one. I think this one's going to be fire too.
Yeah, new era. We all know new era, but see, establishing his brand, putting it out there, you'll start seeing them more and more different places. And so, if people that are early in investing in certain projects and are established, or they have a kind of a connection to whatever he's doing, not in that same way. Of course, this is his money in a different way, but it definitely helps you in whatever you're doing. Also, when that you have a strong brand behind you that you are also affiliated with in some way or another, even if it makes your item higher in cost because of who it's affiliated with.
And I was like, I want all of it, everything on there. So, but that's another good one. And then I think this was the other one too. This one came out too, Jessica.
Oh yes, the digital pet that has not dropped, but you can definitely keep your eye out for some of these items. Some people can't, of course, get the Clonex, but maybe there's another way that you can get some type of valuable item that they still have made in another way. So there's still other ways you can come in and try to purchase different items depending on where it may be here. Some things may be overseas, and so some things may be hard, but it's just also letting you know who to look out for. If they're doing some more stuff in the NFT space, maybe they will be, maybe they won't be, and
that watch.
Look at the watch.
The watch was nice. When
the watch was real nice.
It said inquire. It's like, yeah, this.
It's $106.
Yeah. We're trying, yeah.
Well, on the comma, I don't know if the comma's right. I think overseas they sometimes put the comma instead of the period.
I was like, no, it's not.
I was like, oh, my glasses on. Maybe
we're a little off.
It's a comma. Is it a dot?
It's a comma right there.
Yes.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Okay, all righty. So I said I would share with you guys a couple things that I've looked at on the home screen of OpenSea. They've had a couple of drops lately, and these I am in love with a lot of people's art. This is some art. I did pick up some of this art. The floor is now at 1.25 on these, and I think when these are, I've been playing around with it and looking at it for some time, saying, well, should I go on? Should I buy one? Should I not buy one? And then they started moving. So the numbers just started like climbing. I was like, okay, well, I got to make a decision. But I like the art. I do. I really like the art. I like I think it's been moving, especially the other reason why I say I like it, because it was actually on the home screen. So again, this is again one of those plays as far as for me, I looked at it. It was on the home screen. I liked some of the art that they had on there. One thing that, as far as if you're going to be in one of these projects, understand they may not be on the home screen for much longer. So are they going to continue to do things for this particular project to keep them to keep things going up? So this is one of the ones that I do definitely. I did like this one.
And to add to that, sometimes she is buying just because she likes to see the art. Okay, so make sure the activity itself would also do good. Like she said, it's on the home screen, so more people are going to see it. If you got it at a low enough price, it was a benefit for you because you rolled it up and stuff. And some people literally are buying because they just like the artist's work. So it's to each their own. believe me, some of this art, we're still waiting that you will be able to still display this in your home. There's a lot of stuff being built out, and that you will be able to soon, even if this item is in your wallet, you will be able to physically display it in your home in some type of device, a photo, some type of frame, or even a TV type thing that they'll have had created. So definitely, when you're paying attention to those projects, like you said, she found it. It was at a good price point to make the entry, and then throughout it being on the homepage throughout that day, it's now even maybe have doubled for her from when she did see it. So you do just check out some stuff and the activity. You may only be investing because you like the art and you're not looking at it to try to flip it.
And then I know the other thing, and I need to pull this over the screen real quick too, because I think this is one of the ones that we got into some time ago. I did actually get my board in for this project. Was it on Nifty's? It was
It
here.
was, but it might have been under itself.
I think it was
It
on
might
this.
have just used Nifty site for the skateboards.
Oh,
There it
this
is.
is it, right there. So I think when we if you went on and you bought one of these, let's see, explore the collection. When you went on and you bought one of these particular from one of these particular artists, you were able to actually get a physical also along with this project. I did get my physical in, so I will open up my physical really quick.
Because she knows she's never gonna ride that thing. Nobody else, I don't even know if Miles gonna ride. It's not meant to ride, first off. So a lot of these things you're gonna get and you're not looking to even use it in that aspect. It might be a decoration in the house because she
So
knows
you never? How you know I'm not gonna ride it? How
she
you
ain't
gonna just
riding
like that? Like I'm not gonna ride it?
She might try.
I can ride a skateboard.
I don't even know if that came with the wheels. I think it's just the board. So you gotta go. That's all right
And you know
though.
I'm not gonna go by the board because
You still wheel.
Miles was on a skateboard and friends at one point, and them wheels are not cheap, so we won't be riding on this bad boy.
Oh man.
If I could get this doggone thing to open, let's see here. What is in the box?
Yeah,
I think this is the box. Oh wow, here you go. It is what I really thought it was. What it put it. Okay, so this is it. So this is the one side. It's signed here, and then actually, can y'all see that?
kind of not really. We can see the signature.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
signature, and then this is the back side of the board.
Yeah, that's the one I like. That's a nice
That's
one.
the one I like. I like that one. So that's my one of the boards. So you do actually get your physical. So if you be on the lookout, if you have not gotten yours, it should
It'll
be
be
coming
coming.
in the mail for you. So another one of those items. And I got one other thing because I ordered. I had to order the doggone. I think it was for Steph Curry. I think this is a Steph Curry outfit.
The what?
I got the Steph Curry.
The one recently? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. His sweater. His sweater with Sesame Street. You can order those still. I was like, hold on, what? I was like, hold on, I missed something. Yes.
That bad boy there.
I'm still waiting for some of my stuff.
I love it.
That's
I
really
love
cute.
it.
I might go for one. I got the Staples one. I might as well. Let me see. Oh, I like that.
Look at that. So I got my little gear.
I like that one.
This was nice. I like this one. So I have someone. I got to order them so I can wear one of them because one of them you got to keep it. One of them you got to wear. Shoot, I like those. So, but that's that. That was like the open up party for the day. Let me see. Just anything else that you got that I missed? I'm trying to make sure on this other screen that I did anything else that I missed that we
No, I'm just supposed to be ready for 2022. Start educating themselves, start reading, start getting into this space. It's very rewarding financially for your families, for yourself. Financial freedom. It's not too many things, and I get it right now. I was thinking about it. I was like, most people probably this is like when our parents when internet was introduced to our parents, they was just lost and kind of didn't know, and the metaverse is almost that same thing to people right now. They're not really connecting the dots of what it can be. They know it's something that's over there. Even they may even be working and doing some stuff and buying from it, but they still don't understand it. So I think a lot of people need to start figuring this out because you wouldn't have to go to your 9 to 5 job at all. And maybe most of you don't have that 9 to 5 job. But if you can really educate yourself and figure this out, this would be your job. This is if you consider it a job. I don't consider it a job, and I'll sit there hours listening to different people talk, just absorbing information because I think knowledge is power. So I love absorbing information from different people. So
and I think when we find something, you'd be like, yes, look at this one right here. We'd be so hyped.
Yeah, like, you gotta find out more about it, like what they doing.
And so just a reminder too to you all, we do definitely are starting our monthly membership starting next Monday. Monday will be our live classes where we'll be meeting on Zoom together and talking about, hey, what the upcoming projects that we're looking to get into. As far as if there's any projects to, hey, like go by, you'll be getting those alerts in our VIP section of our Discord channel. So again, if the price is $247, we know that that's like a very reasonable price for the information that will be given out in that group. And I think it's going to be great. I'm biased, but I'm a little biased. I think we're a little biased, but hopefully, if you've taken some of our training,
we're a little biased, but we also know our wallets. So we are a little biased, but we kind of, the track record is there, the proof, everything is there for us. So it would be more that we would have to prove it to you, but we've already proven it to ourselves, and we know it's there. And so even a lot of people that have listened to us over the months into different things, they know it's there too. So hopefully
we'll see how much money people have made this year. Yes. I know we're 7 figures easily. And that's I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking about people we've helped. So like we're doing quite okay. So I'm not saying, but I'm not putting the other people business out there, but that's about what has happened. I look at some of the people, who've invested, got into Sandbox with us. You start looking at, okay, how many 3x3s did you buy? You're like, okay, that's 100. That's a 6-figure. If you wanted to sell it today, that's a 6-figure trade for you right there. If you wanted 6-figure, and you might get $150,000, $120,000 on selling something that you paid less than $2,000 or $3,000 for.
Less than $3,000.
Yeah, and so you start looking at that, and I know we were laughing the other day when people were in class and they were like, "Well, look at my Clone X. Look at my Clone X." I was like, "Don't sell it. Whatever you do, don't sell it right now because you need to know your numbers. You have over a 6-figure item that you bought."
Yeah, so they quiet right now. It's like rumbling right now. When all these projects quiet, they just trying to get through the end of the year. People selling for taxes or whatever reason. When they start talking about what they have planned for 2022, and you look back and you sold it 2 weeks prior for 10 ETH less, you'll be like, it could be thousands less, 2, 3. So, and we're not saying don't sell because we don't know everybody's pocket. We're not your financial advisor. Of course, you have to sell to get money back. But if you also don't know what projects have planned and what they are doing, the future of these projects, you will definitely be selling something that for pennies, and you should have got thousands of dollars for it. So it's important to know what you have. And that's why I say we try to definitely invest in projects we know that are having that long-term plan, not just here for the moment, and haven't just copied somebody else's roadmap.
Right. I think that's very, very good. Very good. And so once again, we will definitely be covering some beginner stuff too. Our monthly membership, we want to try to make sure we give enough, even for people who are beginners. We'll have definitely information for you there. We've already got some things in the back office as far as recordings. But I think one other thing I think makes it a big difference as far as being able to just come on live and ask us questions. You'll be able to ask us a question like, well, hey, what do we think about this one? Or, hey, we'll talk about this project and we'll be able to explain to you a little more like, well, this is why we like this project. And we can go into more in-depth explanations with you all on that. So again, remember the price will be increasing sometime in January. As far as those of you who are part of our VIP, you will get your last email in regards to the special offer that you received for attending some of our previous classes. So make sure you're on the lookout on that because the days are coming and the sale is ending. So again, I remember also that if you do have friends and family who are looking to get into the NFT space, you can always send them to our YouTube channel. We definitely have information on our YouTube channel for them to go back and watch all the previous videos. And we got a lot of videos. I'm like, dog, we got a lot of videos that we've been given out, a lot of free information. But they can go there and watch that, or otherwise go to whatnfts.com. That's our other site as far as being able to go there to get the information that they'll need to just start learning about NFTs. I love NFTs. I'm like, I, I don't even have to do it. People are like, you still trade? I'm like, well, when I get up. I'm like, I got a couple NFTs. I don't need to trade
Yeah.
right now.
The NFTs first.
I will buy some coin. I'll buy me some crypto coin, but I'm like, do I get up to trade every day? I am being very transparent. Most of the time, I don't have to, and I'm not getting up right now because I'm in the NFT space. But
Yeah.
again, if that's what if you're doing something with whether you're trading and you can have funds to come in and do NFTs, by all means, definitely keep doing that because it's going to be NFTs are going to be big this upcoming year if everything continues to keep going. All right, I think that's all we got. Jessica, anything else you got, sis?
That's it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
see 2022.
See y'all in 2022. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be great. So again, thank you all again for hopping on with us this evening. You guys have a safe
Yeah.
I would say 4th of July, a safe New Year's for wherever you're gonna be at. Be safe wherever you're gonna be at, because we'd like to see you in 2022. So once again, you guys have a blessed evening, and we will see you all next Tuesday.
Yes,
Good
have a
night.
great one. See you next year.
See you next year.